It's 99.3 Nigeria Info, 9 minutes, almost 10, gone past the 3 o'clock hour. Welcome to Friday's edition of Hard Facts. And the only hard fact today is that Ufome Igbamuno, which is, by the way, the person talking to you, does not want to be here because he is absolutely so hungry. Lagos, Ufoma is hungry. He's just had tea and biscuits all day, but he has to be here. And everybody in the studio, Yvonne Okhaifo, my darling friend Femi, they're just staring at me and wondering, what the heck is he talking about? But that's how I welcome you to another edition of the show, because on the show today, we're not going to be talking about the fact that Ufoma just dropped the hard fact. We will take a review of this week's I Beg to Differ. Yvonne, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ufoma. Now that you have unbelievable Lagos.
I'm crazy like that, yeah?
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm happy to be here.
Are you sure?
I hope. No, I'm not sure.
See, I like being this real. There's no point faking it. There's no point trying to, give people platitudes and nah. Say it the way it is.
Sure. I'm also hungry.
Don't worry. I actually have ordered porridge beans and plantain, and that's what as soon as I leave here by a minute or two to 4 o'clock,
Did you order for two?
I'm sorry, no. I did not think of it. But Lagos, welcome to another bumper package.
Mm-hmm.
The voice you would normally hear, I'm sure if you listened to the show yesterday, you probably know already. That big head that calls herself Maryann Duke Okon. Let me not add the Akpan today. She's unavoidably absent because she decided she does not want to work for the next 2 days, which was yesterday and today. So my bosses, starting with Mr. Femi Obong-Daniels, decided himself and Sheriff Quadri decided, Ufoma, you are the spare tire in this office. You go do what nobody else wants to do. Anyway, just joking here, people. We're here to, of course, tell you what has gone down. Unfortunately, there's no Hard Facts Award like we would usually have on a Friday. I'm sure you're already used to it, that since we started with, of course, Season 8 of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ debate tournament, Fridays 3 to 4, we take a review of what has gone down this week. Yvonne, I'm sure you have a big highlight from this week's episode. If I ask you, what exactly is that?
Ufoma, it would be the debate from yesterday. I without mincing words, it would definitely be the debate from yesterday. And not to overflog that, yesterday was a sensational day. The match was sensational, and both debaters really brought their A games, especially because Abigail Inyoma, despite, and we've seen that
Inyoma.
Inyoma.
So there's Inyoma and there's Inyoma.
Inyoma, hers is Inyoma.
I'm suspecting she's from Ebonyi.
I am not sure.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, especially because she still came here despite everything that she had been through to debate.
So for the benefit of those who probably didn't listen yesterday, what had she gone through?
Okay, we also only found out yesterday that she had been unwell for a while. In fact, since the commencement of I Beg to Differ Season 8, since she entered the competition, we were only made aware yesterday that she had been out of surgery 3 times already.
Wow.
Yes, 3 times, Ufoma, and she still showed up after surgery on her debate days and did what she needed to do, including yesterday. And while we were here, we could see her, wincing in pain. We could see the expression on her face that she was in pain. And yes, she did.
At first, we thought, at first, the first thing Chief Judge Dr. Chike, said to me was, Ufoma, what's happening? What's happening to Abigail? And I'm like, I don't know. I was actually in the newsroom yesterday, when she started her first round, which was the presentation round.
Yes.
And she got stuck. And, she tried to get it back like 3-4 times, just couldn't. Before I think it was you who said, take a deep breath, breathe, right. But after like 2 or 3, after like a minute or 30 seconds, she got back into the groove. But even us as judges at the time could tell that
something wasn't right.
Something wasn't right, and that if her opponent,
Akinloluwa, yes,
brought his A game, then maybe this could be a tough tussle, for Abigail, which ended up being, I think Akinloluwa had his best
performance
day.
Yes, yesterday.
He chose the right time to peak, or maybe the second to the right time to peak, because of course he will be in the final. But getting to now hear of the challenges she had gone through, because looking through her performances from the round of 32, round of 16 to the quarterfinals, you could see that she was building momentum. If there was one person you could look at and say, okay, this could be a candidate to win this tournament, she would definitely get into that conversation.
Absolutely.
So when what happened yesterday, was like, oh wow. But now getting to find out at the end of the debate, that she had gone through all of those surgeries. Those kids are absolutely amazing. Because I cannot stand pain.
Mama, you're too fresh and too soft.
Forget even when I was at Jekbako. I'm still at Jekbako, by the way. But growing up, see, till now, everybody that knows me, knows that Ufome Gbamunu cannot stand pain. You don't want to be with me when I'm sick. I'm sorry. I act like my 6-year-old son. No jokes. The annoying part.
I can imagine.
The annoying part is that boy has taken after me when he's sick.
And he looks like you. He looks exactly like you too.
He's my carbon copy. Like I spit him out, And literally, he's taking almost everything. I hope he doesn't take one part, but that's that's the story for another day.
I know that part, and I hope not to.
But seriously though, I can't stand pain. If I'm sick, oh Lord help me, I'll be crying like a baby. I'm sorry. My wife already knows.
Imagine you crying in your high-pitched voice.
I would have done what I would normally do if I'm in the newsroom. But I hold my... we are streaming this show.
We are streaming it.
So let me keep my...
Hold yourself, Ufoma.
But seriously speaking, though, I was trying to put myself, in
her shoes.
Big girl's shoes. Also put myself in...
Gomina's shoes as well. Oh, my goodness.
She had lost her mom 2-3 days or thereabouts before appearing here.
Actually 2 days.
Exactly. I think it was a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah,
she
was debated on
Monday.
Thursday, and we found out that she had lost her mom on Saturday or so.
And she was supposed to be here, I think, Monday or Tuesday.
That's right.
I have to give kudos to all of the kids, especially, the likes of Gomina and the likes of Abigail. Because at 44, I'm sorry, I would not do what they've done. I wouldn't be in the right frame of mind to even think about prepping, for the show. Yeah, we've been sick and had to write exams and all of that. But this is slightly different. Not only are they prepping or preparing for the exams which are currently ongoing, they have to still take time to prep, to come here at 13, 14, 15.
That's right.
Nah.
Braving the odds.
Kudos to you guys. Kudos. Abigail, kudos to you. Gomina, if you're listening, kudos to you. And of course, kudos to all other debaters. The debaters, their teachers, the people who have been, putting them through their schools. Y'all are the real MVP.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, Lagos, if you missed that debate yesterday, we have the highlight that I would like for you to listen to. And then we will come back, okay? And take your thoughts. Stay here.
Its own pressure and choosing negotiation stands the chance of long-term management of threats over a long period of gradual group demise. Negotiation of peace agreements negotiation of peace agreements with terrorist countries can have the gains of lesser destruction. Negotiations are less destructive as compared to other responses to terrorism, such as violent counterattacks.
The public policy professor, Louis Shirley, warns that negotiation with terrorist groups makes justice seem negotiable. Justice is about accountability and never allowing violence to influence our society.
But negotiations reduce radicalities as they address the root causes of terrorism.
A microphone to violence, that's what negotiating with terrorists is. The voices of those oppressed silenced by those who wield the gun. The 2020 US Taliban deals only showed a 37% surge in violence perpetrators and recruitment within the Taliban. If negotiation is a way to embolden terror, aren't we complicit in spreading the flames?
Engaging negotiations help resolve conflicts as well as address the underlying grievances which may contribute to the excesses of terrorist groups.
What about Nigeria's promise with the Boko Haram, cloaked as negotiation? The result, more than 50 plus people killed, millions displaced. By setting a precedent that violence works, we are only inviting more violence. You spoke on long-term peace. Negotiations have always historically shown to be short-term situations, not leading to long-term peace. When in Afghanistan they negotiated with Taliban, aren't they still currently facing the resurgency of the Taliban? So I still don't get why you can commit a complete fallacy like that.
My opponent also assessed that negotiations promote further terrorism. Negotiations do not in any way promote further terrorism or any more violence, because I need you to understand that terrorism are caused by a number of factors such as poverty, lack of human rights, opposition, and so many others. So when the two parties can come together and reach a mutual agreement, then these terrorists can shift base and they will no longer be an issue.
You spoke on motivation. Why should we understand the motivation of people who just want to kill our society? You can say that we can reinstate them into society, but truly, we should only reinstate them into prison.
My opponent also says that negotiations legitimize terrorism. The negotiations do not in any way legitimize terrorism. Rather, they motivate terrorists to transform into non-violent actors. And negotiators can do this by ensuring that negotiation terms are objective and fair. This way, peaceful agreements can be reached and long-lasting dialogues can be promoted.
You know that taxpayer money are drenched into negotiations. The U.S. negotiation with the Taliban showed over $150 trillion drenched into this negotiation. I still don't get why we can keep committing fallacies or cherry picking different statistics to prove our point. We shouldn't do that. You listed so many points without explaining them, so I can't really give suitable rebuttals to the rest.
All the judges have Akinloluwa at 48 points for a total of 144. So Abigail's 91.5. Factoring the deductions, the final score is 137.5 points to 87.5 points for the winner. And the first finalist of season 8, the Lagos Regional Finals. Congratulations, Olajolo Akinloluwa of Wellspring College. You have made it to the final. Well done, Akinloluwa. Thank you. How do you feel?
I'm short of what?
Oh my goodness. He says he's short of words. Exactly so. I'm sure he came into the debate thinking, oh my goodness, I'm up against one of the big hitters. In the I Beg to Differ debate tournament, the regional season 8 Lagos regional version. We'll also have a second version sometime early next year.
That's right.
Of course, as soon as we're done with this, you start hearing the promo and all you need to do, in terms of how to get in. But I quite loved, or rather liked, the part where Olajolo, said, hey, you just listed some points, you didn't explain, so there's nothing for me to rebut. In my head, I was like, well done, that's so cool, because indeed, there were quite a number of points Abigail had listed without necessarily going into detail.
In fact, I'm glad that one of the judges is here, and Ufoma, you come under a lot of fire a lot.
I do?
Oh, you don't even want to know.
Really?
Lagos thinks you have favorites.
Really?
Maybe, and I try to convince them otherwise, but you should read some of the comments on WhatsApp sometimes.
Oh, okay. I think I do read some of the comments.
Yes, on Facebook and on YouTube. And they're like, why is Ofoma always scoring like this and whatnot? And I look at them and say, if there's all the judges that have judged that beg to differ so far have been fair and meticulous. Lagos needs to understand that Ufoma he's the news manager. So he is not only checking to get the accuracy of your point, he's also fact checking to ensure that you have not lied or you have.
So I'll give I'll tell you something straight.
We have 30 seconds because we have to take a short break.
What I try as much as possible not to see the faces of the debaters until they are done. That's like a coping mechanism for me.
Yes.
I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know how you look. All I'm just doing is put my ears down and listen. And truth be told, sometimes some of the facts, that some of the debaters give.
We'll come back later.
News and sports after this.
Mom's love is pure. She does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's love is right. Cheers you up. Mom tastes too. Nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil. Tasty. Golden Terra oil. Nourishing. Golden Terra oil. Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra oil. Pour pure love.
It's that time of the week again. Are you ready to dive into the wide world of news? Join us for the Hat Fact Awards every Friday at 3 to 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info FM. We are breaking down the best, the worst, and the downright Nawa stories that had everyone talking this week.
No, wow. Some people don't do it.
From jaw-dropping headlines to the most outrageous events, we've got it all covered.
And y'all know how we do it, so let's get it on.
Tune in as we celebrate the stories that make you laugh, cry, and shake your head in disbelief. Whether it's the latest viral sensation or the craziest political blunder,
We are going to provide you with insecurity.
we'll give you the rundown on what's hot and what's not. And guess what? You get to vote for your favorite stories in our weekly awards. Who will take home the coveted title of the best stories of the week? And which tale will earn the infamous worst story of the week? Had Facts Awards on Nigeria Info FM, where we turn the news into entertainment.
Go for gold. Terra Gold Cube. The amazing seasoning cube. So when you're cooking your delicious meals, don't compromise. Go for gold. Go for gold.
Rich, consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
One cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
Africa's home of creators, Cloud Africa, presents to you from the streets of Nigeria to the whole wide world. It's the Cloud Talk Concert, Trench Talk Festival. Featuring the incredible DJ YK Mule. It's music to the world by storm. It's Cash Coming. Also featuring Ladies Man Sade. And the king of the streets, Batman Nico. Cloud Talk Concert, Trench Talk Festival is taking place on the 17th of December 2024 at the Balmoral Convention Center, VI. Time 5 p.m. Get your free tickets now at cloudstalkconcerts.com. This event is proudly brought to you by Action Bitters. Cloud Talk Concert. Talk just got lit.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Lagos, we are right back, and just before we went on that break, we were talking about the accusations or allegations at the governor has favorites. So I was trying to explain that as a coping mechanism, I try as much as possible not to know who exactly each of the debaters are. I'm just focused on what I'm hearing,
saying,
from you. And of course, we have a scoring
template,
where for each point you make, the max you can get is 3.
That's right.
Now, I think Mr. Femi tried to. He'll swear for me if he hears me say Mr. Femi. Femi Obong-Daniels, he tried explaining this about 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh, he tries every time to explain. But Lagos,
the maximum point you can get is 3. Now, if you list a point, possibly that gets you 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
If you explain the point in detail, you could get an extra 1.5, which is 2. If you back up your explanation with facts,
verifiable facts,
not just throw in any facts, verifiable ones, that possibly gives you the extra 1.
Yes.
Now, of course, each of the judges have their because we're different.
Yes.
Some persons might decide without the verifiable facts, I'll give you 2.5. Some might decide to give 2.
Mm-hmm.
But to a large extent, you have to explain in detail. I'm not saying spend 1 minute on because if you do that, the max you are getting there is still 3.
That's right.
But if you give facts and you explain well, some judges will give you 3. I think there are a couple of the debaters, who come and with explanations. You don't even once you just hear that this person has explained this very well and there's a verifiable fact, the person gets the 3 without question.
If the debater is able to convince the judges.
For example, one of the points Abigail raised yesterday, I had written 3 down already for her, even before she wrapped up. And then the facts she was given, what was it again? I think it was...
Was it about North Korea?
Was it North Korea? I can't remember if it was North Korea or... I think it was North Korea, where she talked about them being a terror group.
Yes, it was North Korea.
And North Korea is not a terror group. Yes, the West might not like North Korea, but they are not a terror group.
That's right.
And guess what? I had to cancel the 3 and I gave her 2.5. That 0.5 could be the difference between her losing the debate, because we've seen a few debates that are very, very close. Guess what now happens?
Olajolo he fixed that point. My goodness.
And I just laughed. I just laughed when he said that. And to a large extent, the fact that he picked that up as a verifiable fact to back up what he was trying to explain also gives him, so the 0.5 that Abigail had lost,
yes,
goes
Olajolo got it.
Olajolo, so to say. But again, the maximum he's going to get for that rebuttal is 3. Cannot be more than 3. So these are some of the little intricacies that we go through
that Lagos cannot understand.
Sometimes I'll use Abigail as another example, because I remember that in the early rounds I had mentioned this, myself and the judges. Her style is list as many points as possible. Don't give too much explanations, but try to give as many points. I think there was one of the debates she was here and she gave about 17 or 18 points. Now, we're not going to score her 3 for each of those 18 points.
Definitely.
She's not going to get 3. Sometimes she could get 1. Sometimes she could get 1.5. Sometimes she could just get 0.5, depending on how she gets it. So for the listener, when you are counting the points, you might think,
this one is going to get like 15.
Exactly. But it's not going to be like that if you don't, explain exactly what you are talking about and possibly give us facts to back, not just facts that are verifiable. Because sometimes some of the debaters just throw out some of those stats or facts, without it being true. If you don't know that it is true, in your mind, you assume that that's a good point. But of course, that's not how the judges work.
Exactly.
We don't assume. We take our time. I'm sitting in front of a computer all the time. So as you're probably saying something, if I don't know it off the top of my head,
you check.
Google is my friend.
Again, Lagos, this is just to say that you are not the judge. Let the judges do. Let the judges do what judges do. Okay? Let the judges do what judges do. If you'd like to share your thoughts or, ask one of the judges here a question or just, tell us how you feel so far about I Beg to Differ Season 8, call the number 0201 2770993 or 0201 465 7190. Alternatively, you can send a message to WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 080-959-75805. There's a message here on WhatsApp that says, this is quite a long one. It says, Coach Yvonne and Chief... look at how somebody spelled here. Egbamolon.
It's supposed to be Egbamelon. I've come to Egusi soup.
Oh, goodness. But he goes on to say... Japheth goes on to say, I really felt sorry for Abigail. I wish her good health. I wish the wild card for the second semi-final would be debated for. I mean to be contested for among the lost quarterfinalists instead of choosing just one of them. Let them contest for it because it's a semi-final, not at the early stage. Please reschedule and reconsider this option as the best. I sent you the same message yesterday. Japheth, thank you very much, but we do not have that luxury of time to do that, okay? And how... We pick a wild card based on their performance and on how they scored or how well they performed. All right. So if on the list of wild cards we have the highest scorer there, that person automatically becomes the wild card should any slot open. That's how we do it. We do not have that luxury of time to bring the debaters back to recontest. No, that's too messy.
Besides, we're supposed to wrap this regional finals next week,
exactly.
and move it on because
absolutely
schools are closing anytime soon.
Yes, and these kids are getting into the Christmas spirit already.
That reminds me, Colette is about to come and disturb my life. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Hello. My village people from Ozoro don't come.
Yes, call the number 0201. Oh, we have callers calling already.
Hello.
What's going on? Are you there?
It's your village people, Yvonne.
My village people cannot try me. It's only your village people that can try you for me.
It's your village
my
people.
My village people are scared of me.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Good evening. Or is it still afternoon? Hello.
I greet you, sir.
You have food for me?
You say you are hungry.
Yes.
I have everything for you. Well prepared. Where is the fast food nearer there? The latest one nearer there.
Rapuruchuku.
Yes.
I want the food you cooked in your house.
Okay, want the one in my house.
Yes.
Then let me send my driver come and pick you right now.
It's okay. It's all right. But before your driver comes, tell us what you want to say.
Yvonne.
Rapuruchuku.
My beautiful angel.
Take your time. Take your time. Unique. I will cut you off.
Thank you, Rapuruchuku.
So
we are talking I beg to differ here. You are flirting on air. Eh?
Well, I feel so
I can't help it. I have this effect on men.
Yes.
I'm surprised though. I don't know. Okay.
You don't know what?
I don't know. Even hearing Igbo, honestly.
I grew up in Imo State, 14 years.
You don't mean it?
Yes. I speak Igbo very well.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great.
Let's talk I beg to differ.
Okay. Well, I feel so excited listening to these brilliant young ones, you know, because they came for business. I mean, what they are doing there is so wonderful, and congratulations to all of them, especially the one that took place on, I think, on Thursday, right? Yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
That's so wonderful. I mean, it's so excited. I'm so excited.
All right.
Listening to them. What is that? That is them.
Abigail and
Olajolo Akiloluwa.
Yeah, Olajolo or something like that.
Just as you pronounce it with your thick Enugu accent.
No, I'm not Enugu. I'm
Ngbanu. All right, thank you. Apologies if you don't hear Igbo. I had to do some parakpo there. It's all good. 99.3. Okay, before this person blows my ear. Yvonne, they have come from Ishan.
It's not me. It has to be from Osoro.
They come from Ishan. Hello, good evening. Hi, could you please speak up?
Can you hear me now?
Perfectly.
Much better, thank you.
Well done for your good work.
Thank you too for listening.
Yeah, I just want to comment on. I'm not happy with why. No, I'm not happy why. I'm not happy that this guy did not win. What was his name? Marvel, the guy that.
Asuko.
That the last guy.
Who's Marvel again? The 13-year-old little.
The 12-year little. The
Is he 12 or
12-year-old.
13?
Yeah, he's 12 years old.
My goodness, that boy was fire. I wouldn't lie. He was fire. And I'm looking forward to seeing him again next year.
Yes.
He really tried. I just want to comment on the guy. He tried.
Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, on the day he lost against a worthy opponent.
Absolutely. Olajolo, by the way.
Oh, it was Olajolo that beat him? Nice.
Olajolo, the guy, it was the one that competed with Akiwo Olua last before this one.
Amuzie David, you mean?
Oh, okay.
Or Marvel, I think it's Marvel, something like that.
If that's Marvel, I think that was in the round of 16.
Yes.
Round of 16. Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant that day. But truth of the matter is that maybe that's the reason Olajolo is in the final.
Yes.
Yeah, he showed that he is worthy. All right, thank you very much. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon, good evening, or join.
Onyankuzi, good afternoon, man.
Onyankuzi is Yvonne, it's not me.
No, Yvonne, that's who I'm.
Hello, Chris. Good afternoon.
Teacher Wan Joku.
You are the news manager.
Good afternoon to you,
sir.
Uzoro people know they carry last for that area.
Lie.
Even in the afternoon.
Lie. Why you think I be news manager?
I'm telling you, they know they carry last. Onyankuzi. Thank you very much. You remember that day, the girl that lost her mom, right?
Gomina.
That day, I remember my son, Michael. You at the center of writing his exam. That is when my wife gave up.
Oh dear. So sorry.
It didn't really tell on the young man. Say, Daddy, don't worry, I will finish this exam. And
Aww.
So I want to say to her mom, so she will rest in peace.
Amen.
It's one of those things. You see all these kids these days, the kind of heart where they get, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, you. They really get
I'm
hard.
telling you, this generation, this Gen Z, oh my God. Look at what those children are doing. See the 12, is it 13 years old boy, right? One of the debaters,
Marvel.
13 years. See discussion. She never cooking her job. I say our own time, I don't know whether
I don't know about your own time. In my own time, I was in JS2 and I was beating SS2 students. I'm not joking. My history is still there. Priscilla Memorial Grammar School, Uguta, Imo State.
Stop showing off.
Please.
Oh,
my history.
Stop showing off.
I want to say kudos to Nigeria Info. Thank you all.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Yvonne, see, if you've got it, flaunt it. He's trying to say that in their own time. No, in my time, I was good. Please. Maybe I'm the exception to that rule. In my time, I was good. I was representing my school, quiz and debate from JS to JS3. Please, let me blow my trumpet. Okay, let's take more calls. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening to you too. You are in traffic. Oh dear. Hello?
That sounds like one of my students. That sounds like Joy from Ikorodu.
Really? You have students already?
For I'm Principal Vaughn.
Oh, on our sister station. Okay.
That's right.
All right. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm not being obvious. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon, evening.
Are you there?
Oh dear.
Honey, you have to speak. Come closer to your
closer
microphone,
to the phone.
okay?
Oh dear.
You have
sorry.
You have to call back.
Okay, I'll take one more call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Yvonne Okhaifo.
Good afternoon.
Also known as Principal Vaughn.
Good afternoon to you, honey.
Okay.
All right, go on. Talk to us.
Okay, so I really like the way to judge. Yeah. And it helps me a lot because I want to participate.
Aw. Okay. Well, thank you.
Why you sound sad?
I'm not sad, honey. I'm not sad. I'm
She's
listening to
hungry.
you.
She's hungry. I've just given.
That must have been precious.
Unfortunately, I'm eating my porridge beans and plantain alone. No, I'm not giving anything to her. Japheth from Lekki says, my favorite of all of the debaters is that girl that supported lying with
Alexandra Chidinma Richie. Oh, goodness.
I remember that day.
That was a good day. Even the judges had a field day with that one. The judges had a field day. I remember Dr. Webby just saying, wow. This girl is convincing me that lying is actually biblical.
Well, she actually did.
She did a good job.
So again, it comes back to the conversation about judges we were having. You know, it's really not about whether what you said is what I believe in or what I don't believe in.
Absolutely.
If it is real
and you can back it
you
up,
explain it well, and you back it up.
That's right.
You're all good to go.
You're good to go.
You remember, I think it was 2 seasons ago, not the national finals, one of the other ones, the regional finals we did. One of the debaters actually made gambling look cool.
Naomi Richard, yes.
Like, if I was not a betting person before, I probably would, be convinced to go into betting just based off of her conviction. And it looked like she had, on paper, it looked like she had a terrible end of the conversation.
That's right.
She bleezed past her opponent.
Oh, she did.
I think it was a he, that day that he wasn't there.
Yes.
So, just do what you have to do. Prep well. Convince us, And I quite like the fact that, for this season, we've sort of switched it a little bit. The third round is not based on the number of points you come to give us. It's about how you explain, how you convince us, how you literally tell us a story of what you've done over the past 8 minutes before that particular time. Because, we've had situations where people just come, the third round, and all the other points they did not give in their presentation.
Lagos, by third round, he means the closing round, okay?
It's all points. Sometimes they go rushing because they want to add as more points as possible.
Yes.
To a large extent, we've cut all of that out,
right.
this season. And of course, that's how it's going to be going forward. So you need to be able to convince us that I not just come here to reel out points. I came here because I know exactly
what I'm talking about. That's right.
And to a large extent, a lot of the persons who end up winning the debates have actually won the closing. Yes, there have been a few exceptions here and there, or it's been pretty close, but to a large extent, most of the persons who end up winning the eventual debate, they convince us more in the closing round.
That's right.
Okay, Yvonne, so what should we be expecting on Monday?
Oh my goodness. On Monday, we are going to have the debate that should have happened yesterday at 5 p.m. That will happen on Monday at 4 p.m. It will see Amozie David returning as a wild card after Abiel Yunusa pulled out of the competition in the last minute. He will go up against Malizu Ilechukwu on Monday.
That should be feisty.
It should be. Especially because the topic is, should physical beauty impact personal success? Do you think beauty should? How beautiful you are or how handsome you are?
They say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And to a large extent, I believe that absolutely. Because what you think is beautiful might not be to me. I don't think Yvonne is beautiful. I don't.
You're lying.
She goes swear for me.
No, he's lying. He actually is lying. If you want me to bring evidence now, evidence choke.
Bring the evidence.
No, this is a public platform.
I know what she's about to say, but please, for the love of God. I was joking. Anyway, Lagos, the point I was trying to make is what you see is not what someone else sees.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the lady on the TV screens in front of me, and somebody might look at her and go, oh, see how delectable she is. But guess what? I'm not necessarily seeing it.
Yeah,
that's me, know. So that's more. So I would want to see how Ilechukwu, Malizu, and of course Amozie David are able to convince us on Monday at 4 p.m.
Especially because we have beauty pageants all over.
Exactly.
That literally preach beauty. that encourage, that standard of beauty and how it can in fact impact personal success.
You could actually argue also that even the beauty pageants themselves, I hope I'm not giving points away now.
Exactly. See, we are already debating. We are debating.
Okay, let me shut up. Let me shut up before it looks like we're actually, aiding one who, because we don't even know
who's listening at the side.
No, who's actually on.
Yes. They will remind us.
They know,
on
right?
Monday. Yes, they know.
They know already. And of course, the finals coming up
on Wednesday and Thursday.
So we have the third place on Wednesday,
and
then the
grand finale on Thursday.
Remind us again, our partners and sponsors.
Oh, we are very, very grateful to Tollywood College for sponsoring this competition. Of course, this is one of 3 more to go, right? So this is the first one, and we're grateful to Tollywood College for sponsoring this. We're also grateful to all our partners. Obi-Weezy has been with us since
since
the beginning,
and I'm actually looking forward to the gifts.
I know, right?
So thank you, Obi-Weezy.
Thank you, Obi-Weezy.
You've been amazing.
Thank you, Card Center Nigeria Limited. Thank you, Quadras Group. Thank you, Biloxi, and of course, Lucas Green Fashion. We would also like to say thank you to Chrisland Schools, because Chrisland obviously will stay with us during the national.
Absolutely, and of course, they hosted
they
participants.
hosted our debaters
from
the nationals
from out of Lagos.
That's right.
Lagos. Just also remind you, we will be having the second version of the Lagos Regional Finals early next year. Most likely, we haven't agreed on a date yet, but most likely
in February,
middle of February or thereabouts.
That's right.
Because of course we're also trying as much as possible to ensure that the debate wraps up before schools get into the exam period. So most likely the second regional finals for Lagos will be up from the middle of February, and then of course we'll have debates in Abuja and in Port Harcourt, and then later on in 2025, most likely during the holiday period,
yes.
August precisely, we will have
the
national final.
Championship.
So if you want to be a part of I Beg to Differ, don't call Yvonne. Don't call me.
Send an email to info. By being a part of I Beg to Differ, we mean if you'd like to sponsor or partner, if you'd like your kids to participate, then they should keep their ears peeled to the radio, because we will start running the adverts for the next competition soon. And as soon as the adverts start running, encourage your kids to enter the competition, to send their audios, all right? But if you'd like to be a part of I Beg to Differ by way of sponsorship or partnership, then send an email. Excuse me, Lagos. Send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm.
Okay, so Yvonne, we're about to wrap up here. How many minutes have we got? Just about 2 minutes.
We've got about 2 or 3 more minutes to go. Can we squeeze in one call?
Okay, let's just take one final call. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, George. Good evening, Miss Yvonne.
Hello there.
This is Joy.
Joy from Ikorodu, I know. Girl, welcome.
Yeah. I want to say congratulations to the winner, Kim. When I was rooting for Abigail. Yeah, she did greatly well. Yeah.
Oh, this one is girls' power, B.
Are you a comedian or a George? What does you sound like a comedian? I don't know. You sound like a comedian.
Well, she just has a good sense of humor.
I do have a great sense of humor, honey.
I said good. I did not say great.
It is great, Ufoma. I will toot my own horn and toot my own trumpet. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
This would be my cue to...
Ufoma, we should do this again.
No.
Let's host the show together.
No.
Think about it. If we host the show together, Ufoma.
Please continue with your radio boyfriend, Femi Obong-Daniels. Please. I know wake up 4:30. Do news finish. On our constant carry me. Come they do 2. Yeah. Respect yourself. Anyway, it's a special day in my family. One of my younger brothers is a year older today.
The handsome one, right?
He says he's the most handsome of us, the guys.
I agree.
I do not agree. I think I am. I know I am, not I think. A very big happy birthday to Ogenemaru David Igbamono, who's a year older today. On behalf of your mom, who I'm sure is listening, your 3 sisters, myself, and your other brother, Fego, we say have an amazing birthday. I'm hopefully going to see him in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
He's coming to the country in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
So, it's going to be party in my hood.
I can imagine.
This Christmas.
Invite
But we're
me.
out of here.
Who for my invites me?
Come to Badagry.
I mean, I could. I should even.
Come to Badagry. We will host you. This invitation is not for you. It's only for Yvonne. All right, Lagos. Take care.
Thank you so much.
We go hard and in depth.
The real discourse and commentaries.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.